Man, oh man, I mean, holy crap, what a day. It's been insane. Every month has been green month, and this year in general, 2025, I didn't expect it to be this good, but so far it has been incredible. I thought April was my best month so far, and I didn't think I was actually gonna beat it, but I already beat it in May. It's already well above it. The sheer number of profits that I've made from just LLY being one of the big ones, and then app going up like crazy today. It blows my mind how the market is right now, how volatile it is, how easy it is to make money. Don't get me wrong, if you play it wrong, you can also lose it all really quickly. But it has been just an amazing day and just an amazing month in general so far in May, and we haven't even gotten halfway through May yet, so I think there's more to come. In today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys 3 stocks that I think are really good still, and you should focus on them. I'll go over a few stocks that we were talking about on Sunday, a bit of an update so that you guys know moving forward what to do and how to play them. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty insane. So app, this one, the goal was today was to get towards 370, 380. We made it. We got to that spot. It was incredible, insane amount of profits. I mean, we've had 2 swings on this from Monday, and then we had last week a $400 call as a swing as well. So all 3 obviously went up a lot, and huge profits. And it's just been insane, right? So if you look at here, this is app 375 call that I took yesterday, which was Monday, and my average price was 316. What ended up happening, app did nothing yesterday, and it stayed there for the whole time, just sideways. I was up 20%. I chose not to take it because the setup was really good. It was just too good of a setup not to kind of hold on to it. And then the $400 calls, I also had those as well. Just pretty standard stuff. What ended up happening is I held through the whole day yesterday, and then I decided to average the 375s because they were red. I decided to average it, bring my average down to 297, and then I also bought some 380 calls for this week as well at 151, both of which went insane. I'll also talk about UNH, why we played UNH in the morning, and this one was also one big one. Talk about why it was such an easy play. But looking into app, we just rode it all the way down, and our Palantir swing ended up going like, I think 300%, I believe. Palantir was like 250%. UNH, which we played this morning, right away in the morning, went up 500%. App, $400 calls are up huge. The other, like this is the UNH, I believe. Yeah, this is UNH at 400%. I took a screenshot of it. The other ones, the 375s, went up 300%. The 380s went up 500%. I mean, it's insane numbers. These are numbers that I didn't expect to see from app. I expected to go up. I didn't expect it to go up this fast and this quickly, especially today. And the profits just rolled in. So crazy good day, incredible day. I'll talk about Microsoft as well. It's one of the swings that I opened up today. It's very small play. I don't think I've ever done a smaller play like this. It's a very small play because I still feel that it's not quite ready yet. So I only took 5 contracts, no big risk here. Just wanted to see and have some little skin in the game, but it's a bit risky, and I'll talk about why it's a bit risky. So let's start with app. Crazy good run. What's next, right? First thing, app did its job, right? It gapped up on earnings. It broke out of the consolidation. It broke the 360 level, which was what we were watching for, and it went up to 380. So it filled some of the gap, right? The thing is, we are looking for the next bit of the gap, right? So tomorrow and the rest of the week, you're looking for 380 break so that it can go to 400, right? That's basically what you want to do. You are looking for the next batch of gap. So there's 380 to 395, which is a gap fill. And then on the weekly chart, the gap is actually extends all the way up to 412. So essentially, you're looking to go to 400 and then 412, which if it happens, you get the rest of the gap. That's like another 30-point gap on the upside. So if, let's say, tomorrow app breaks 380, you're going to look for a long option, a call option, maybe a $400 call option, maybe a $410 call option. That's what I'm going to do, basically. And I'm going to look for that move, and I'm going to try to fill that gap and see if I can catch more. Is it going to do it? I don't know, right? Tomorrow could be a big red day. You never know, right? But the goal is to get it above 380, which is where we closed, which is where we hit the highest point for today. Okay, after that we'll revisit it, because I don't think it will go up like 50 points, 70 points, 100 points in a single day. 30 points seems very logical, so we'll keep an eye on that for this kind of a move, right? The rest of the gap fill, and if we get the rest of the gap fill, great, right? That's the goal. So that's basically what we need to look for on app. The weekly chart also, the red EMA turned green, so that's very bullish. Earnings was good, flow coming in really nice, just all around bullish setup, right? Beautiful. Palantir, this was a stock that I said was gonna go to all-time highs and then hit 130. We got exactly what we wanted from this, so most of the profits secured. Only got a few runners. I think it could potentially go up more this week and next week, because just good stock, right? So good earnings can continue to push higher after all-time highs. All-time high breakout happened, went to 130. You're basically looking to see if the stock can get back above 130 for a long, right? If you want to play it more. For me, this one, I want to see if I can squeeze out a little bit more out of it, but otherwise kind of just done with it for now until it sets up again. Really good job, and it did what I wanted it to do. The next one, and this is one of the ones that we traded this morning, and it was UNH. Now, this was probably one of the easiest trade I'll ever take, and it's very easy because we did the exact same thing we did when it released earnings. When it released earnings, I read the earnings and I shorted it right away. Why? Because they gave guidance, and guidance was really bad. So we shorted it, we made a lot of money out of it, we left it after that. We didn't touch it afterwards. It slow grinded down for the next 2-3 weeks, all the way down to 380, and then today it had another news, and that news was huge. It is a really bad news, and the reason it's really bad news, if I can find it, 3 hours ago, 5 hours ago, where is it? There we go. So United Health, what they did is they name a new CEO, sure, whatever. They suspend 2025 guidance. Previously, they lowered guidance when they released earnings. Now they completely suspended it for the entire year, which basically means they're not sure if they're going to make any money. They don't want to give any information about it. You remember that Trump also did the executive order for lowering drug prices, so that might be one of the reasons why. But in general, this company is just struggling, like really struggling. So for me, this was like a signal. It was like, okay, this is going to instantly drop at market open, because no investors want to be investing in a company that suspends guidance. That is not good. That is not reassuring. Investors are gonna start running away from this company as soon as possible. The people who left after the earnings came out, and the folks that held on to it believing that this company might do something and do better, so they had that belief after the earnings, maybe next earnings is gonna be better, those guys also are gonna leave now, because guess what? That news about suspending the entire year's guidance is just terrible. So this is a typical news that when you see it, you know what to do. You know that it's bad for a company, and you are guaranteed to short it, especially a stock that is as volatile as UNH and fairly popular, right? It's not like it's super popular, but fairly popular. People know about it. So this was just a pretty standard short. We went and shorted this, I think 3 minutes after market open, because it was just, I saw it, I was like, nope, this is gonna crash. 3 minutes after market open, I went in short, right? 9:33, 9:33. 3 minutes after market open, shorted it, bought it at 0.98, and just took it down, sold most of my contracts, and then had like 5 contracts left, which ended up going to 400%, and then I didn't take a screenshot, but they ended up going in like the next 10 minutes or so, ended up going to 500%. So massive winner, and just a very simple news that if you see it, it's pretty good. By the way, I've been watching this movie, Meet Joe Black. I've never seen it. Sounds pretty cool. But yeah, let's see. That's basically how UNH did. Now, for the next 3 stocks that I think are going to be really fun, and I think you guys should keep an eye on it. They're not going to be as explosive as UNH or LLY or Palantir, for instance, or App, for instance, but these are still stocks that have good setups and good potential, right? In fact, one of them might actually be very good, like almost to the level of App and LLY type of move. And that one, this is the number 1 stock that I'm watching for any potential dip buy I can get in on, Coinbase. Now, Coinbase, it didn't give me any dips today. I should have just bought it in the morning, because I don't know what I'm thinking. I was too excited with App and making so much money that I kind of just ignored this one, and I shouldn't have, now that I think about it. But I think tomorrow I'll have an opportunity to get in on it. But basically, Coinbase, very easy idea here. It's getting put into the S&P 500, so this stock is going to go up like crazy. That's how it is. Whenever a company gets added to the S&P 500, all the indexes, all the institutions, the hedge funds, retail traders, and now, because it's a crypto stock, crypto traders, everybody's going to be buying a piece of Coinbase, especially the indexes, right? Because a lot of indexes, 401ks, and whatever, right, Roth IRAs, so on and so forth, they are going to try and position some Coinbase, because now Coinbase is inside the S&P 500. So heading into May 19th, which is when it gets added, I would say you're going to see a lot more upside on this stock. Now, let's be honest here, right? The stock went up 24% today, which is a big move for the company. But I don't think that's enough. I don't think that's done. I think it's the beginning of the next big move. Yes, big spike. You might see a consolidation candle tomorrow, or even Thursday or Friday. Maybe consolidate this whole week. But personally, I think this is easily going to go to 300. In my opinion, it's going to go to 300. Even after the inclusion of S&P 500, I think you'll see more upside than downside. Personally, I also think that this setup is very easy to see, and that is the inverse head and shoulder, right? You're kind of going back towards this 300 level, because that's where you have this shoulder consolidation, right? All of these candles grinding around this 300, 280, so on and so forth. I think Coinbase is going to head into that zone, hit 280, 290, 300, consolidate here, build the second shoulder, right? Shoulder, head, build the second shoulder, and then break over 300 and run to this 52-week high. Its all-time highs is like 433 or something, which is possible. Like I wouldn't be surprised if it goes there, but you get the point. There's an inverse head and shoulder here, and the potential for the stock is there is a lot of potential here. Very good news. Lots of potential for more upside. You gotta keep an eye on this one. This one is definitely one that I'm keeping a very close eye on to get in on any dips heading into May 19th, or even better, if it consolidates sideways this whole week, then I can position for next week or the week after, maybe May 30th expiration, $300 strike calls. That's what I'm planning on doing. So we'll see what happens. I don't think it will give us much of a consolidation. I think it will just keep on running. Which if 260 breaks, I'll probably go in on it tomorrow and try and catch a play. I'm not gonna do a big size, but the thing that I'm gonna do, and I hope you do as well, is not take this week expiration because it's too short timed. I would rather take next week expiration because it's safer. If the move comes in this week, sure, take profit. You don't have to worry about it. But let's say they grind it out this whole week and the next week they make the move, then we can go ahead and hold it into next week and get the move and actually make the money. But to me, Coinbase looks like a $300 stock. I think it's heading there. And with this S&P 500 inclusion news, I think it will very easily go there. Number 2 stock, not as priority as Coinbase, but CrowdStrike starting to look good again. And we played it before, made some money on it, around 40%, but it failed to hit all-time highs, rejected, went back down a bit because of some I think it was like a bad earnings or something, and then now it's curling back up. So what I'm looking for, simply 450 breaks 450, go long, take a position, get to all-time highs, it'll go to 460. From 450 to 460, pretty standard, pretty easy long. You can do a day trade on it, or you can take some May 30th call options just to be safe into earnings and try and see if we can catch 455, 460, maybe even 465, and get that all-time high break for nice 5 to 10 points upside. Simple, nothing complicated, looks good to me. All right, the last one out of the 3 stocks for today is well, this one's less likely to happen. This one's not as good, but Dash is still doing pretty okay. Now, earnings came out and it dropped, but this is a subscription-based model company that generates a lot of profit. They are, in fact, I would say, right next to Uber, or even better than Uber, just in general. And so to me, it's a very popular company, especially among like streamers and people in LA and so on, people who doesn't like to go out or doesn't like to cook. They just use DoorDash and get some food. I personally use it myself, so I know how much money they're making. It's a lot of money. So to me, DoorDash is just, yeah, it's gonna go up, it's gonna run, and it's gonna hit all-time highs. It's just a good company, so to me, it's just gonna hit all-time highs. I also like the fact that it's got a gap to fill here up to 200, which I think is gonna be very easy to do. So I'll be playing this one for sure. And again, it's an inverse head and shoulder, so it's like it built the second shoulder and it's now heading back up. It's like a no-brainer to play this, right? Is it gonna move crazy like LLY 50-100 points? No, right? But there is 10 to 20 point upside here that you can take advantage of, right? Let's say you get on the break of 200 or even the break of 205, you have room towards 215, which is all-time highs, and then 220, which is after the all-time high breaks, you're gonna get at least 5 points, so 220. So you got like a 20-point move here, 15-20-point move that you can take advantage of and make really good profit. So yeah, this is just a standard inverse head and shoulder into gap fill into all-time highs, and that's free money in my opinion. So take advantage of it. Market is super bullish, so a lot of these all-time high stocks are pushing and making big moves. SPY and QQQ, they want to keep running. Maybe they'll go to all-time highs themselves. So the market is pushing up, everything's pushing up. CPI today came out pretty decent, so market loves that. There's negotiations going on with China, so market loves that. Yeah, it's just pretty much market is very bullish. Stocks that have all-time high setups, let's go play them, right? So that's basically it for this one. I just want to give an honorary mention to Nvidia, which it's not quite there yet, but could also see all-time highs at 150. It's at 130, so wouldn't be surprised if it keeps going. And then Tesla, right? This one's curling back up, already closing in on like 350 levels. So 350 breaks, go to 360, 365, so on and so forth. These are ones that you want to kind of keep an eye on. And one last thing, Palantir on the weekly chart, it does have a 3-bar pattern, and if on Friday it closes above all-time highs, it is going to confirm this weekly 3-bar pattern, which means next week it's going to be bullish. So worth watching. This one may not be done yet for the whole move. Maybe it might have 135s in it next week, but that's next week. We'll see what happens when we get there. All right, that's it for me. I'll see you guys on the next video. If you want to be part of the Discord, link will be in the descriptions below. You can use the code SALE50 for 50% off of the monthly subscription. I'll see you guys. Peace.